All right, we are back and we are live. Hello, hello, hello. If you are coming from the pre-show, welcome. If not, you're still welcome. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Spade Parkland. This is Spade Parkland TV. Welcome to my channel.
It's showtime.
Hello, hello. Please like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section.
If you haven't done so, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like the stream, fam. That helps with the algo. And welcome all.
Yes, please and thank you. So we had an exciting event pre-show on Parkland Media YouTube channel. Just in case if you did not catch that, I'll do a quick recap, and then we'll move into a bunch of different things. So let's see. Make it to where you can see. All right. So to recap, I was saying that, and this is a fan theory for the show called From on MGM Plus and Amazon Prime. So I was saying that the dungeon is connected to the tunnel system, and here is the door that connects to the tunnels, and we know that for sure because we saw Julie walk through it season 3 while she was story walking. So this dungeon is underground, and Boyd even opens up the door, and we can see that it leads into the tunnels and doesn't go outside. And this is further that it leads to the tunnels, and you can kind of see based off of the outside being right there. So I believe that Martin is a future incarnation of Jade, and that this is a version of Jade. This is a version of Jade. Martin is a version of Jade, and that the reason why Martin was confined was because this was the townspeople way of preventing a cycle from ending by incarcerating Martin. And that's the reason why Martin knows about the Talisman Stone and that it works for the monsters that come at night, because Martin is in the future. That's how Martin knows about the Talisman Stone. And Martin remembered past lives, and that's how he knows Julie. That's how he knows Abby. That's how he knows Boyd. And he told Boyd, you have a kind face, because the faces that he's used to seeing in the town are mean and cruel because they blame him for them being trapped in town. Just like what happened with these 4 gentlemen. The townspeople blamed them for their situation once they remembered who they came from and told everybody that they've been there before, and all 4 were murdered. And this guy was put under a boulder to trap him there and not kill him, to prevent a cycle from ending and one starting. And that by trapping a version of Jade, it makes the township happy, and it makes things equivalent to how it was in the beginning of season 1, where Colony House was basically a frat house and a sorority house. And so that's the reason why, in my opinion, Martin did not want to go to the township when Boyd offered to free him, and that Martin wanted to die because going to the township would mean he's dealing with people who do not have kind faces like Boyd does. And Martin even said that there's darkness in the forest, nightmares you couldn't begin to imagine, things you were never meant to see, because Martin is in the future, and he's talking about how bad things are in the future, not right now. Because right now, all we're getting is the dolls. The dolls were introduced and defeated in the same episode. Then you got the music box monster that was destroyed by Boyd. You got the ballerina with the worms. We haven't seen her. The man in yellow is basically Sophia infiltrating and being a trickster. And then also you have the monsters that come at night. They're kind of a non-factor because of the talisman stones. The cicadas, we haven't seen the cicadas. No more worms. That's pretty much all of the evil things on the show. Even the spiders are a big deal, but it's kind of like, not really. So with all that being said, there really shouldn't be a reason that Martin should be terrified of stuff in the township and saying things like there's darkness in the forest, nightmares you couldn't begin to imagine, things you were never meant to see, unless Martin is talking about the township in an advanced state in the future, which is somewhat mirrored or echoed by the fact that the boy in white is saying that everything is changing here. So the boy in white is getting older. The township in the forest is changing because stuff is starting to pick up and become what Martin has experienced in the future. All right, so Martin was saying that he was confined for years, and that would make sense that the township could be happy by Martin being confined and not solving mysteries, not trying to do anything. The township could reward the townspeople with Martin, a future version of Jade, being confined. And again, and also he looked at Julie, and just by looking at her, he knew who Julie was. Now, you could say maybe Julie was story walking. I'm going to say this much. If by the end of the series, we do not see Julie story walk and meet Martin, then we know it's because Martin remembers being Jade in the past, and that's when he saw Julie. All right, and Martin even said that he went through the faraway tree and ended up confined. So it could be that the original townspeople were chasing after him. He went through the faraway tree. They trapped him, confined him in the dungeon, gave him worms to keep him alive. And for Martin, and really every version of Jade, there is no hope once people find out the truth after you tell them. And to me, that's the reason why Martin would rather die than go back to town or be in the forest or stay in the dungeon, because death is the only solution and the only positive thing he has to look forward to. And it might be the reason why when the music box monster was making the music and the music stopped, and Martin was like, we're out of time. That may be the reason why he cut Boyd and gave him the worms, because that was Martin's only escape, was getting rid of the worms so he could die. And again, yeah, I think that this is a future Jade. This is Jade. This is Jade. So this is Jade. This is Jade. Martin is a future version of Jade. And in this shot, you can even see that we see light up above the dungeon. So you know it's got to be underground because of that. Then you got the light right here, which could be shining from the surface. And then this door leads into the tunnel system, which we saw with Julie going through it while story walking. And then remember, Sarah at the end of season 2 was digging at the ground, saying that she could hear the music box monster. And she could also hear people screaming, which means they were in the dungeon underground. I'll play that for you if you all want me to. And Sarah walked into the middle of the ruins and didn't story walk. So the only person who can story walk is Julie. So yeah, Julie may have story walked and met the creature jock. We may see that. But I think that Martin met Julie in the past as Jade, and he remembered previous lives, and that's how he recognized Julie. He had a conversation with Boyd, and that's how he knows about Boyd and Abby. And that's the reason why Martin knows about the talisman stones, and again said that there's darkness in the forest, nightmares you couldn't begin to imagine, things you were never meant to see, things that, and then he told Boyd, you have to get out before the music stops. So, and then he told Boyd, you got a kind face. The kind face may be because Martin is used to people being cruel to him, especially after finding out that he's been there before and he's kind of the reason why they're pulled into town. So the same thing that happened to these four happened to Martin in this theory. And this guy is trapped under a boulder because people chose to trap this version of Jade to please the township and to prevent a cycle from ending. So you can't save Tabitha, you can't save Miranda, but it may be that both Tabitha and Jade have to die for a cycle to end. So if you trap a version of Jade that prevents a cycle from ending, the township will be happy. And if you have the talisman stones, you go back to how Colony House was season 1, which would be great. According to Donna, remember Donna was saying that Colony House was better than the real world, or that being in the township was better than the real world. So, yeah, and you know what? Even our local friend Kevin, more than likely never been in a relationship. All of the women in the world that he's ever come in contact with, the one that he falls for is in the township. So he too is probably like, yeah, give me a monster, don't give me a regular woman, because the regular women in the world are not worth it. So even Kevin, in his twisted and delusion, felt that the town was the best thing since sliced bread. So that's pretty much the recap of everything we went through on the pre-show. Of course, more in depth and longer, but that's the main thing, is that and also the music box monster was not connected to the worms because the worms were put into Smiley and became cicadas. When Boyd left the dungeon with the torch, the music box monster followed. And remember, the music box monster told Boyd through Sarah that Boyd helped it get back to town. And there's no way the music box monster could have been running amok in the township and then you build a township. No way. The music box monster was running amok. And I think that the music box monster was trapped in the future and was trapped in the dungeon. So when Boyd went back to the present day township, the music box monster followed. And the boy in white told Sarah to go into the tree and she would be safe there because she would be. But Boyd may have been sent to kill Martin to restart a future cycle, or to start a future cycle. So for all we know, the boy in white could have set Boyd up to be trapped or to be there in the dungeon to kill Martin and start a new cycle. Because if Boyd would have killed Martin the same way Boyd killed Abby, that would have, in this theory, ended a cycle and restarted and started another one. So people may have, well, the evil side may have been thinking, okay, if you can kill Abby, you can kill anybody. But Boyd didn't do it. Martin never met Abby, but he may have heard Boyd, while Martin was Jade, mention Abby even if it was off screen. Boyd and Jade are scene partners right now in season 4, and that may be where Jade found out and heard things about Abby that Martin remembers from being a previous, well, being an incarnation of Jade. Let's let's see. And we know Martin can't be story walking because Martin said he went through the tree, aka faraway tree. All right, so that's pretty much everything we got. Martin doesn't want to go back to town because the townspeople chained him up in the dungeon and gave him the worms to keep him alive. So in Martin's future, in this theory, the townspeople may be completely different than what we're shown now. The townspeople may be making deals themselves with the evil side and becoming enhanced like the monsters. So for Martin to say there's darkness in the forest, nightmares you couldn't begin to imagine, things you were never meant to see, for Martin to say stuff like that, it's got to be pretty bad where he's at. But in the main series timeline, it don't seem all that bad. If the dolls were to come at us right now, we would be scared. Like, oh man, they're going to get us. But Tabitha, like she said during the episode, I remembered how to kill them. She said, I remember how to hurt them. So right there, the dolls are like, boom, negated. I'm pretty sure all the mysteries are going to be wrapped up by the end of season 5. And so this timeline that Martin is in, because Martin may be in a different timeline than the main timeline that we're observing. And that's evidenced by when the actress who plays Julie did her book club and mentioned timelines. So for all we know, this Martin may be from a timeline where it's just horrific. It's in the future of a similar timeline that that Boyd's a part of, but it's just horrific. It may even be like Hellraiser, Event Horizon. It is horrific. Remember, Martin would rather die than go back to the township than to be free. To be in the forest, he would rather die. That's pretty bad when you no longer want to live. It's one thing for you to say, okay, free me, and then, boom. But no, Martin did not want to live. What's going on, West of Westeros? How are you? May says Martin is just an NPC version of him in every cycle, rinse and repeat. Well, how do we know? How do we know there's a version of him every cycle unless you're saying that Martin is a future version of Jade? Then I would agree with you. So Dr. Soapy says, who had the anchor tattoo again? I think Martin did. Martin is a Marine. Mita says Kevin was desperate. That's why she ate his tongue, putting out flowers for a walker. Kevin witched. Well, okay. Kevin was desperate. But let me say this much. He had a whole mansion full of women that were going. Mita. They were going in Colony House. It's considered hedonistic in Colony House. Everybody's going. There is no, well, we can go on a date. No, everybody is going. It's hedonism. Everybody's going. So there's no reason Kevin couldn't get with somebody. He just chose. He just chose Jasmine, more than likely because Jasmine was, and this is all a theory, I could be completely wrong, but I imagine that Jasmine was open to listening to Kevin complain about stuff. Jasmine was a pseudo therapist. Jasmine was telling him that he's strong, that people who don't respect him, they're the problem. She's doing all that to cater to the man-child in Kevin. So Kevin could have got with anybody he wanted to, but eventually Kevin would have probably started complaining about his childhood, wanting to have someone be his pseudo therapist, and more than likely people were like, nah, we not going. We not going. Oftentimes in relationships, that's kind of what people experience, is that you get with someone and that person is complaining about past relationships, unresolved childhood issues, past relationship trauma. And you're like, well, why don't you go to therapy? And they're like, they're humming and hawing because they want you to be the pseudo therapist. A lot of people are like that. I imagine Kevin was like that, so he couldn't just simply get with somebody because he wanted a pseudo therapist to complain about his mom. And I'm making all this up. Okay, I don't know for sure, but I imagine that for him to want to talk to Jasmine, knowing she's a monster and falling for her, is because he wanted someone to coddle him. And even though Jasmine was tricking him to get him to open the window, he liked that.
Bruh.
Yeah, he liked that. And I imagine the women in Colony House were looking like, look, you're complaining about your mom. You're complaining about the girl you went to prom with and things didn't work out. I'm trying to bust down right now. What's up? And Kevin probably was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. I just want to talk. I just want to cuddle. I don't know. I'm just, based off what I've heard online, as far as people who are manosphere and red pill, that's mainly the things that they complain about when they complain about women. They're like, somebody won't listen to me. They're modern women. They're feminist, blah, 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 blah. I could imagine them going to the township and saying, oh, all these women, all they want to do is just party. But I want to talk and have myself heard. I want them to feel and understand my emotions. And the next thing you know, here comes Jasmine. She's understanding. Jasmine is understanding. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a little bit different than just simply being lonely. I think it's that Kevin wanted, oh my God. Rouse 7388, you know what? Go to the corner. Go to the, you know what? You know what? Rouse 7388, I can't even repeat what you're saying. I'm not going to repeat what you're saying because it's not family friendly, but you need to go to the corner. You need to go to the corner or take a nap. You're sleepy. That comment you made that Kevin wanted that monster, ... Yeah, go to the corner. Okay, so Amanda said Marielle had the colorful rock with an anchor on it. Okay. Yeah. Wow. You know what? Rawls, go to bed. Go to bed. Yeah. But you know what? All things considered, if Jasmine would have not ripped out Kevin's tongue and would have went all the way, he would have went all the way with Jasmine. He would have.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, he would have. I mean, he kissed her, right? Kevin would have went all the way with her and probably would have relocated to the cave to be with his boo. He would have done that. And he too would have been thinking, you know what? Fromville is the best thing ever. I don't need a cell phone. I don't need satellite. I don't need cable. All I need is you. He would have been like, hey, Sarah, Sarah. Whatever happens, what happens. And then she would have introduced him to her monster friends. Kevin probably would have eventually been offered the ability to stay with Jasmine forever by sacrificing a teddy bear. Kevin would have said, yeah. Kevin would have said, yeah.
I didn't realize she had left a note. I'm sure they'll be just fine.
Yeah. Kevin would have left everybody a note. I'm happy. I found the love of my life like you all have found the love of y'all's life. I'm going. I'm gone.
Fail.
Yeah. Yeah. Kevin would have did it.
Game over.
Yeah, a lot of people probably would take the deal. I imagine that in the future where Martin is, going back to Martin, that there's probably some townspeople who have made deals and they're helping the evil side, which is why, in my opinion, they would chain Martin up because they've made a deal with the evil side and life is better having him or sacrificing him and keeping him in a dungeon. And that's the reason why Martin told Boyd, you think those things that come out at night did this to me? No. This is the townspeople. That's why Martin was asking, are you from the town? He didn't ask Boyd, where are you from? As far as outside the township. He didn't ask Boyd, when did you get here? You know, he just said, are you from the town? As if he was kind of like curious as to why, you know, did you just get here in town? Martin just sounded like he was kind of surprised. Are you from the town? So West of Westeros says, y'all lazy. How? How are we lazy? What did we do to be lazy? Okay, West of Westeros. Oh, we're talking about, okay, you know what? West of Westeros says, swear, 14 likes and 40 people watching. Okay, that's why, you know what? West of Westeros is right. You all are lazy. Watching from the clouds.
Don't forget to like, sub, and share. Thank you. If you haven't had a chance to do so, go ahead and smash that like button. Thank you very much.
Yeah, people are hating. You know, you can't say it's because it's members only chat, because over here, there's no members only chat. So people are basically just watching from the bushes, watching from the clouds. It's all good. Sometimes people will watch a live stream or watch a video to kind of like gather information, to regurgitate a theory somewhere else, and that's fine. That is okay. Because it's all fromily.
You were fun. I couldn't let you go without something to remember you by.
Yeah, a lot of people are waiting for something that they don't like or don't want to hear, and then they start typing away to contradict. I'm debunking your theory, Spade. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, oh, okay, it's all good.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, that's what some people, they only comment to try to debunk. They only watch to hate watch. Yeah, Michelle says, not the bushes. Yeah, the bushes. People stay and live in the bushes. Yeah. So Milan says, right, it's like 10 of us in the comments and 40 people here. Yeah, they're watching from the bushes, getting ready to hear something and then take it to one of their favorite content creators and say, hey, you should make a video about this. It's all good. Mike says, there are nightmares in the bushes beyond your imagination. Yeah, cloud watching. Yeah. So Red Star 24, I do that sometimes when I don't feel like talking. When was that? Because Red Star, you're always in here chatty. You're always in here chatting. So don't take up for the people in the bushes. Do not take up for the people in the bushes. They can do it themselves while they're punching the air. Yep. It's a House of Mystics. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Please like, share, subscribe. Yeah. Yep. So I think I got everybody's comment. Let's see. West of Westeros is 40 people watching the live and only 14 likes. Yeah. Some people could be hate watching. Hate watching. So the difference between my channels and like other creators is other creators, they use press credentials to see future episodes or the entire season at once, and they make their videos based off of seeing all of the episodes of the season. We don't need to do that here. My channels are mainly about analysis. I mean, I do theories. I just did Martin, I think it is a incarnation of Jade, a future incarnation of Jade. But basically it's analysis, it's entertainment, just to have a good time. So that's probably the reason why a lot of people watch from the bushes, because they like what they hear, they're entertained, but they may have a favorite creator that they're going around watching channels to take information from and give it to their favorite creator. And that's okay. That is okay. Because it happens, and that's the nature of the beast.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, okay. West of Westeros has posted a heart. Yeah, I appreciate that. Please and thank you. All right. Amanda, I appreciate it. Amanda says, this is the best channel. We really feel like a family. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so we've done Martin, I believe, is Jade. I think it's pretty solid. I'll be curious as to hear what anybody has to say as far as that. And this is based off of just getting the information from season 4, episode 5, where previous versions of Jade were murdered. But then it's like, well, why use a boulder to take out this guy? Why boulder him? And it may be that they wanted to trap him to stop a cycle from ending, to appease the township, and to be rewarded somehow. I'm surprised the show hasn't introduced the idea of the monsters talking to the people in the buildings and saying, hey, we can help you go home, or hey, we can make things better for you if you help us. Or maybe that's already happened. I mean, it kind of did happen with Elgin, with the kimono woman, but I think that there is actual serious conversations happening with the evil side for some people to be enhanced. And that's why, in my opinion, why you have the long hallway attached to a bunch of tunnels and chambers, because there are people making deals, selling their soul in exchange for something else. All right, so that is that. As far as Martin is Jade, Jade is Martin. So we're at the 30-minute mark. All right, so I got a lot of emails. We'll go through the emails. So a lot of emails. Okay. So this is spoiler alert for episode 6. Spoiler alert for episode 6. I haven't even pushed play on this, and I already know this is a doozy. So if you do not want to be spoiled from, or as far as episode 6 of From season 4, click off now. And let's see, this is courtesy of So I imagine that what we're seeing is a trailer. It's a spoiler trailer, I guess, provided by MGM, because it's got the MGM Plus at the bottom of it. So this is stuff that is normally given to the press. Okay, so the person that sent me this, they've already told me they do not want to be made known. They don't need credit. They don't want credit. They don't want to be known. So I can't even tell y'all who gave this to me. Sorry about that. All right, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Because all things considered, even with the pre-show, we've been live for about like hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to take a quick non-commercial commercial break. I'll play some music and then we will come back and do this thing. It'll give you all a chance to chat and catch up. So yeah, I'll take like maybe a 1 minute break, and then we'll watch this clip of Henry and Sophia. Plus, if you don't want to be spoiled, it'll give you a chance to leave. All right. So be right back.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
All right. We are back. Break is over. Yeah. All right. So let's see. So Amanda says Team Spade. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Milan says maybe the Olipop has mushroom tea in it. Those things are expensive. They are pricey. Okay, so Amanda, thank you for the hearts. All right, so okay, so Mita's mentioned the email chain is confusing. So Amanda made an email earlier. We'll go into the whole email thing after this. So Tony says, hi, Spade. I think your Jade is Martin theory is spot on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think so too. But the show may not address it. So I'm sure there's some stuff that we can come up with that makes sense and may even be right, but the show may not necessarily address it. So don't be upset if you hear something great and you're like, why didn't they do this or do that? Because the creator, John Griffin, has told many people, including E-Man News and Reviews, that a lot of stuff that they have for the show comes from us theorizing. So whatever you all are putting in comment sections, whatever people make as far as videos, may end up on the show to address something that they didn't plan on addressing or didn't think about addressing. So that may be a thing. So let's say if Martin is a future version of Jade, we might find that out, maybe season 5 or something.
Okay, you need to stop talking in riddles.
Yep. I think the show should just stop talking in riddles. And that might be the reason why they let us see that Sophia is Sophia in yellow, like episode 1, because people were complaining a lot about being confused. So I think that they're just kind of like just giving us all the answers with the questions so that people stop being confused. So House of Mystics says, hiya. Hey, what's going on? So what body is in the root cellar if Martin is Jade, We saw the body was Martin. Hopefully they give us a definitive answer, because for all we know, the body in the root cellar could be a version of Jade. Because so the townspeople could have taken a version of Jade, put him into the room in the root cellar, and then put that armoire against the door to where he couldn't open the door and leave. And then he couldn't go down to the cave system because that trap door seemed to open up by supernatural forces. So if they put the armoire on the door, just hear me out. Just hear me out. This might be a yoga stretch, but if that person or whoever that was is in the root cellar room in the back, and then you put the armoire on the door, that might prevent that person from being able to leave the room, and they're trapped in there. So for all we know, that could have been a version of Jade, and that was keeping him trapped in there. Because I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have one person in there, because it has to be a person. I doubt that it's a monster. So it just wouldn't make sense to have this corpse in that room unless it was supposed to be someone who was trapped in there. So this could be a version of Jade that we just don't see. Similar to how you had the skeleton on the wall that I mentioned that was in there with Martin. Both of those skeletons in that dungeon could have been future versions of Jade, and this could be a future version of Jade that was trapped here in this root cellar room to prevent him from solving mysteries, prevent him from leaving the township, prevent him from dying, but trapping him in there so that the townspeople could enjoy a positive environment in the township by making the township happy that this guy wasn't figuring stuff out. Now, why he wasn't on the porch of Colony House could be that having your eyes open could be being at the faraway tree, the bottle faraway tree, playing the song with the violin, Here Come the Kids and Cooey, then your eyes are opened. So for all we know, this person could have taken a mushroom trip without the violin playing at the faraway tree and had his eyes opened without the Nkui kids. So because I imagine that if Jade needed the mushroom trip to see stuff, having your eyes open is not enough. But taking a mushroom trip or some type of drug-infused trip could be enough to open up your mind, kind of like Miranda in Maine. So that would be my guess. I've made several videos about this corpse after seeing season 4, episode 5. I think that until we get more information, this guy could be a version of Jade who took some type of trip but didn't have his eyes opened with the Nkui kids. He saw stuff and started telling people things, and they could have locked him in the root cellar to prevent him from dying and ending a cycle, prevent him from possibly getting to the point where his eyes are opened, and prevent him from doing more stuff. Just based off what we got season 4, episode 5. So things may change as we learn more information, but you never know. So B. Brock VA, if Sophia does something to Henry, maybe that's who Boyd is trying to resuscitate. Well, unfortunately, that's been spoiled. So we're at a point now where MGM Plus, I mean, you can look behind me. The only reason why I'm showing this, well, one of many reasons, is that this is something that MGM wants to put out, because we see the MGM stuff right there. So this is from MGM based off of this. So the same way that their MGM Plus is giving stuff to Collider, giving stuff to content creators as a part of marketing, like MGM is just like basically giving away the house. And I'm okay with showing stuff like this as long as it comes from MGM or comes from MGM third party like Collider or something. But if it's like a content creator making a video saying XYZ in his or her video, I don't want that. I let them have that. I'm not a thief. I'm not trying to steal from anybody. I let them have that. So if it's a content creator saying something in a video, or a content creator or somebody putting something in the comment section, I don't want that. That's y'all's. But if it comes from MGM Plus, like stuff like this does, or it comes from from MGM Plus via a third party like Collider, I'm open to exploring this, just because it's obvious that this is what MGM wants, because they got their stuff on it and they've given it away. So that kind of clears that up. So Mita says, so is it Henry? Well, Henry is in this clip that we're about to play when I'm done running my mouth.
Get your tea and your popcorn, because this is going to be another good one.
Okay, so I think at this point, anybody who does not want to be spoiled as far as episode 6, they've already left. And I don't really see any comments directed towards me. So I think we're going to play this clip and then get back to it. Michelle says she ready. She probably is. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Sophia's behind the bar serving drinks. One more time, y'all. One more time. Yeah, behind the bar serving drinks. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do this. So this footage may be on someone else's channel here on YouTube, and they may have copyright protected it. So we're going to take this down. So Milan's asking, did you get flagged? So YouTube is sending me notification. So we'll try to get around it. All right, here we go. Yeah, the emails are kind of hard to figure out. Who's doing what? So I tell you what, before we play it again, so Red Star 24, wasn't that from MGM? So it is from MGM, but here's what ends up happening. So you'll have somebody who has press credentials. You'll have someone who has press credentials, and they'll use their press credentials to get trailers that's meant for press, including pictures and the entire season or a bunch of episodes, and they'll show it to people on Discord. Well, some people will screen record that, and then they'll put it on like Reddit or whatever. Well, the people who use their press credentials to get stuff, they'll upload it to their channel, and it becomes not MGM Plus's property, but their property. So what ends up happening is it'll be a content creator who basically has MGM Plus stuff meant for the press on their YouTube channel. So if you're playing it, then that content creator can get the ID for, or can get like claimant rights where they can claim that it's their content. So if you play it, you can get flagged, because getting flagged is done by YouTube's AI system. So if someone gets a stream or a video taken down and it's like a copyright claim, quote unquote, being flagged, that's YouTube's AI system doing that. That's fine. That's no big deal about that. We've been flagged before. It's no big deal. But a copyright strike is where someone goes in and they manually say that you're using their stuff, and they're trying to get you. So whenever someone gets a copyright strike, that's more than likely another content creator attacking them. So I got a notification through YouTube's studio that what I'm playing could be considered someone else's stuff, and YouTube was saying that I should contact someone else to be added to their list of who can play their stuff. And that's why we're doing this with the screenshot. I'm telling you, when it comes to the Frumily, everybody's not on the same page as far as being Frumily. Some people are like, they'll hear your content and they'll be like, okay, this person is really, really good. Let me attack them to prevent them from growing. Let me make a video trashing them to keep them from growing. That's why a lot of times when I do reviews, it's on channel membership to prevent from being connected publicly with content so that it can't be attacked. So now you know. Now you know. So Hours of Mystics, Jade saw a symbol that changed in our faces from one symbol to two symbols for a total of three symbols. We missed that. I sent the email with screenshots. So we've already, Henry, I'm not Henry, but Christopher already showed the three symbols in the book when he was showing it to Jade, and it's currently in Christopher's book. So right here. Yeah, so Christopher already showed Jade the three symbols when he was like stalking Jade. So even though Jade's only seen one symbol, Christopher showed Jade all three symbols or three symbols. Maybe there's more than three, don't know. But yeah, Christopher already had the three different symbol types in his notebook that Jade inherited by getting it from Tian Chen. So House of Mystic says that the symbol has split. Huh? No, it's three different symbols. No, it's three different symbols. It's three symbols total, but it's when he opens up the book, the only thing that happens different with the book is the book bleeds. But it was three different symbols when he opened up the book. It's not like the symbols had split or anything. It's just, I mean, it could be that different timelines could be different symbols, but it was three symbols in the book when Christopher opened it. The only difference is that the book started to bleed. Blood started to drip from the symbols as the scene progressed. The snowman splits. What? Yeah, so Mary, Barbie, the symbol is the roots that became the symbol from the children. So so what you email is the same thing as this. It's just that blood is coming from the book during the scene, but there's three separate symbols. Oh, you're saying the symbols start to touch. So what I'm thinking is that he may have just turned the page because his hands are in different positions as the camera zooms in. It's like it goes from Christopher holding the book to Jade, then back to the book. So it could be a different page because his hands are in different positions. So I see what you're saying as far as, okay, so in one of the screenshots that House of Mystic sent, they have, matter of fact, I can just show it on the screen. So what House of Mystics is saying is that in one shot, the symbols are not touching. Actually, let me make this So you can see it right there. So in this shot, you got these symbols. They're not touching right here. And look at his hand positioning. So here he's got like the Star Wars Spock thing going, like a mini Spock. But you can see Christopher's hand here, and these symbols are not touching. And then in another scene, the symbols are touching, and his hand position has changed. So, I mean, I just think that it's just a different page that he was shown, that possibly the way he etched it, the person started making the symbol up here and made this symbol smaller. And then in this page, the symbol is larger, and he just made the symbol right there. So that is a difference in that, because and I think what's going on is, okay, pay attention to this part. So you see how this is kind of like a Roman Reigns thing. The Roman Reigns thing symbol is going to be over here. And then this normal and Kui symbol that we see in the show is going to be over here. So Roman Reigns on the right and Kui on the left, and they just swap. So now the Roman Reigns is on the left and the Kui is on the right. So that's I think that's what ended up happening is someone just made it, like just made the symbols on the different page, like swap the pages that the symbols are on, except for this one was the same size. So I think the idea was that this symbol, they wanted it to be the size that it is. So to move this Roman Reigns over here to the left, they just had to, make it kind of, I guess, larger. But it doesn't look all that large because it looks like this right here is taking up the entire page. So it's basically just two different sets of pages between one and the other. That is interesting. I just think, in my opinion, until we get like something else, that it's just that whoever did this drawing, one person may have did this drawing and then somebody else may have did this drawing, and then it's just like turning of the page, especially because the finger positioning has changed, and you see this Roman Reigns symbol on the left. I don't know if it's Roman Reigns. I'm just saying. And then this Nkui symbol is on the right. And then, we see the swap right there. So that is interesting. So House of Mystic says yes, and that looks like the drawing Victor did with the man in yellow we looked at last week. You mean where he was eating Miranda? You're talking about when he was eating Miranda, or the one where it was in front of the vehicle? No, the other one. So not even any one of those two? Oh, you're talking about the one that was jumbled up. Yeah, the jumbled up symbol. Did I even save that one? Let's see. Okay, so this is Christopher and his symbol. and that's with them touching. All right, let's see. So you're referring to this one right here. I could kind of see this symbol maybe resembling this. Because it could be what they were wanting to do or trying to do with this on the right. I don't know. I mean, to me, it looks like this is a like the man in yellow, some weird thing, and then maybe this could be a circle right here, and this could be maybe part of this line. Maybe this could be that right there. Yes, but the original, not the artist drawing. Jade is the man in yellow. So you sent the like another one you sent. You're saying is the original. So this is I guess this is the one House of Mystics is talking about. You had the original. Maybe this is the original that he's referring to without the color. It definitely does look like the paper that was used. So this paper or this texture, the same kind of paper that Victor had in his drawing of when he was he made a map of where the suitcase was buried by Colony House. It does look like it's the same type of paper. So for all we know, this could be a weird drawing of the man in yellow transforming, or like some people say, this could be a crow attacking. It could be anything. So I think Amanda said that she's going to make a Discord. That might be the best thing because the email group, it is a challenge to keep up with everything. Because, I mean, like for example, Lisa sent a screenshot of a license plate that has the Alabama stuff on it. And some of these could have been taken by production and put out there for people, or somebody could have recreated this. But it's on Reddit. So someone posted this in the Reddit group, Pastor Eloise, and the license plate. So people have already associated the license plate that the priest, because there's no pastors in the show. So the priest came into with episode 1 of season 4. So there's no pastors. So the priest license plate, boom. And people are saying that maybe this is like a Easter egg for saying Eloise, because you got 5 could be an E, I guess, or it could be S, and then you got I, and this could be S, O, L. So S, I, O, L, and then this could be an E, and they just kind of got some stuff in between. So this is the E, this is the L, O, I, S, and then this could be like Eloise. It could be. It could be like an Easter egg saying that, this is for people who are sleuths, and they're, hey, Eloise is has been made into an Easter egg for the license plate. So Mary says, I think Eloise is story walking. Well, so in my opinion, with the whole story walking stuff, it has been established that Julie can story walk, Randall cannot. So if Eloise is story walking, then based off the way Julie story walks, Eloise's body is left in, let's say, the main timeline, and maybe that's the body that Victor found and was in pieces and he buried. So now it's if something happens to your body in the regular world and you're story walking, what happens to you? Because in my opinion, you should be trapped as a child. So if Eloise is story walking and we do see her as a child, maybe they recast her like they did with young Tabitha, that would be interesting. If that's the case, I would hope to get that season 4 so we can put the Eloise thing to bed. Because we've all been talking Eloise ever since season 1, and we're on season 4. So Mita says Discord is like Zoom. You can share and watch TV or play games like together. Yeah, Discord is. I think Amanda said she was going to make a Discord. So Amanda says, Spade, that is why I was trying to keep making new emails. The email chains were getting long. We have a lot to say. Yeah. So, and really the chain that is getting long is the group one. So I think it would be a great thing to start a Discord, and people who want to share with each other, can do that. So myself, I don't really mess around with Discord anymore because most of the time I keep a folder on my desktop and will share stuff during the stream. Or if you all email me something, it comes directly to me, and all my emails are separated based off of one person or one email. So for me, it's easy to kind of be organized with the email and the folder on the desktop. But with the group email, a lot of times people are sending stuff, and it's just kind of people just kind of sharing stuff that may be leaks, that may be spoilers, that may come from other content creators, or just jokes and stuff. And I think that's great to have a Discord for it. Like if you all make a Discord, I would join it and just kind of see what you all post. I just know that Discord, it can be a lot. The group email, it can be a lot. Because throughout the day, I'm seeing the stuff sent through the group email. And I'm like, okay, this is a lot of great information. And some stuff I'll read the title and it will say leaks or spoilers, and I just don't even click on it. I'm like, nah, I don't really want anything from another creator. Now, if you all send me links to a video to review, I'll do that on channel membership to prevent people being tender and wanting to like flag and stuff. But okay, so Amanda says she's new to Discord. She has her notes. Yeah, I have my notes too, and I like getting notes from everybody. You know, I show it on the screen and give people credit and stuff. It's just that. So Mita says you are organized. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. If I come with a theory, if I have a theory, I'll make a folder for that theory and have like screenshots and stuff, and I'll make notes per theory. Or if I do like an analysis, I'll kind of have like little notes on the side on a notepad. And that's kind of like my thing. I'm just not really a fan of Discord just because that just becomes another thing for me to check and have open. And when it comes, so one day I'm going to take a picture of my desktop and you all will be like, this is crazy. Because one window is this OBS thing in front of me. And then I got YouTube Studio over here on the side to see what YouTube is saying while I'm streaming and making videos and stuff. Then I have stuff open for the sound effects. Then I have the email open in case you all send me something and I can pull it up in real time. And then I have a folder open with pictures. Then I have a sniping tool open. So the more windows I have open, the slower my computer goes. So I kind of pick and choose what's necessary. And so if I have Discord open, that's going to be a whole nother application, and it'll be drawing memory from my computer. So that's why I try to keep it minimalist, even though I got like 1,000 things not going on at once. Not 1,000 things open, but 1,000 things going on at once. But I like the Discord idea, especially for those who want to send stuff to a group or the group. Because some stuff is just like communication, and as far as in the group, like it's not really for me. It's for like the group or it's for someone else. So it's kind of like with the chat room. Like as you all are saying, like let's say, for example, Raw7388 just said at House of Mystics wasn't dark enough. I have no idea why it's not dark enough. But it's not meant for me. So that's kind of how I treat the group email, where if it's not someone talking to me or something that is something that I want to kind of look at immediately, I just kind of be like, oh, okay, cool. And that's how I view with Discord. Discord is going to be just a bunch of stuff where it's like randomness. And I'm just like, I know if you all want to send something to me directly, you'll email to me and I can have my email open and we can kind of look at stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, so we've seen this in season 2. So I'm going to take this Christopher thing down. I think we're done with Christopher. I think we're all good with Christopher. So I'm going to look at one more email and then we're going to we'll replay that scene. So unfortunately, because it's coming from a website, Reddit, I can't really manipulate it like I want to. Most of the time I would like download it and edit it and then make it easier to see and stuff, to be able to go through the scene frame by frame, but it's all good. So these are the pictures that are in the back of the Peach truck that we've seen season 2. So this could be anything. I mean, for all we know, this could be a basketball goal. It could be the entity. It could be something from Backrooms. Who knows? And then this is when Tabitha was in the back of the Peach truck, I believe. This might be season 3. But we see different pictures of people in the back. These might be Miranda sketches because of how defined they are and the skill level in the pictures. Because even with Victor, with his current drawings, in my opinion, he doesn't have this skill level. And with Miranda being an artist, a singer, probably a musician as well, her skill level was more trained and developed by being trained in the outside world, as opposed to Victor, where his skill level more than likely stopped when he was 10 and maybe even being a young teen. So in my opinion, I think most of these come from Miranda. Miranda could have been etching people in town like she etched or drew the map that's in the other part of the Peach truck that we see when Elgin's back there laying on the cot. So that's just something that was sent. It comes from Amanda. She says, have you seen these drawings before? I saw it today and it was always there. Victor isn't just drawing the things he has seen. Personally, I think the drawings that are made by Miranda just because of how we see him draw stuff in his room as far as skill level that he has. And here's what I mean. So, keep those images in mind, what we just saw. And here's what we see Victor drawing. I think it's season 1 drawings when he's in his room. See, do I have any of those handy? So I believe in the opening credits, we see Victor drawing this. I think it's safe to say this is Victor's drawing. And this is the style and skill level that he's drawing season 1. Really even now season 4. So compare this, and I'm not trying to talk down on Victor and how he draws. I mean, he's better than me. But compare this to what's behind Tabitha. Which I think this is season 3. So it's not that the pictures are just that much better, but these seem to be more refined than this over here on the left. So Mita says, I drew like Victor. Okay. Yeah, it's just a difference. And I think, and of course, other people could have been in the township drawing. Other people could have skill, but it just, in my opinion, this is somebody who's been drawing for a couple of years longer. I mean, look at this guy right here. This looks a little bit more refined than this right here. But then again, in Victor's defense, he's more than likely drawing from memory, whereas Miranda may have actually been sitting down drawing someone who was stationary in front of her. We don't know. Looks different from Miranda's too, yeah. So you're saying that this looks like Jade? It does. I mean, Miranda could have been drawing stuff from a vision like she did in the basement of Henry's home in Maine. So Miranda could have with her visions could have seen the entire series of From, and that's what she was drawing. So yeah, Victor is drawing the future. What does that mean? Or someone from the previous cycle, similar to Jade, was hallucinating or had their hands on their head. I don't know. So I think that maybe Miranda was drawing the future, and Victor was drawing and is drawing what he currently sees. You said look at picture 3 down, like this right here. Yeah, this could be Jade. All these are like Miranda's drawings. That's how I've cataloged it. Yeah, picture 3 is Jade. I agree, it could be Jade. This could be Jade. Or this could be Jade. Yeah. And Victor just hasn't shown that he has the ability to see visions or to see anything in the future. Or, I mean, right now it seems that Victor is somewhat ordinary. Whereas Miranda was drawing the boy in white before she went into the township. So she's got abilities. And it may be that the women have talents and abilities and the males do not, which would explain why Tabitha hugged Victor in the root cellar and had visions of Miranda. Miranda, after the acid trip, was able to draw things in the township that she would experience in the future. And it could also be the reason why Eloise told Victor that the night that their mom left the root cellar, their mom Miranda was going to the lighthouse, aka the tower, to save the children. It could be that the women who continue the bloodline, their abilities or the ability to have abilities is passed down from generation to generation through the blood. Because you know that men carry the name, women carry the bloodline. Now, I'm not here to debate, can men have babies? But women are the ones that carry the bloodline. If you want to disagree with that, we can agree to disagree, and you can be Kevin. You got it. You got it. You got it. All right, so I'm going to play this one more time. We should be good, even though you won't be able to see anything. Let's see. And if you rewatch on the replay and the original time that I played it is not theirs because I had to cut it out due to haters. Okay, yeah. So on Reddit, I just clicked on something on Reddit, and there's somebody saying, I've seen many people in the subreddit who clearly, quote unquote, hate this show. They say they hate the acting, writing, dialogue, pacing, story. So the whole show. That's literally the whole show. Question, why are y'all even watching the show? Why are you on a fan subreddit for the show? We all have limited time on this world and a small percent. Okay, basically, why watch the show if you don't like it? And I think it's because people hate watch. There's people who like to complain, and they still will entertain. So why did somebody delete Wolfgang 4834's comment? So Miss Win LS, why no one but the ladies can cook? Yeah, the front planers. Amanda's right, the front planers. I mean, I think it's like in real life. I mean, I know y'all get tired of me bringing up the Bible and how, you know, women were treated in the Bible days, but cooking has always been seen as less than. Why are we deleting Krauser Wolf's comments? What's up with that? Why was Wolfgang 4834 hidden from the channel? I just unhid him. I just unhid the person. What did Wolfgang do? Oh, okay. Yeah, so Wolfgang, if you're posting stuff, I mean, I agree with, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. It's just, yeah, so with the pictures, people were saying that some of the pictures that's behind Tabitha, some was Man in Yellow, some was Jade, some was this person and that person, and I'm like, okay, I don't disagree. I think those could have been Miranda's pictures from when she saw or had visions of Fromville. So I don't disagree. So I have not heard any spoilers regarding Donna and what you're saying. So this is new to me. Yeah, so Wolfgang, I think you're talking about spoilers. And I'm like, okay, at least give us a spoiler alert. Because what you're mentioning is not like, what you're mentioning is not on anything released by MGM Plus, not on any episode. None of that. None of that. All right, we're going to try this one more again. We're going to try it one more again. All right, let's do it. So Sophia's back there behind the bar serving drinks. Sophia is eating this up. Sophia is eating this up. She likes that she's able to see people suffer up close and personal. I'm thinking, okay, if this is episode 6, when did Sophia know that Henry was looking at the yellow suit? See, Henry's not thinking straight. Because if you all saw the same episode 5 as I did, the same episode 5 as I did, only people in the sheriff station that saw the suit was Boyd, Tabitha, Jade, Ellis, Henry, Donna, and that's it. So how would Sophia know that a suit was in the sheriff station? Unless Sophia sees the suit on episode 6, or someone mentions off screen that Sophia was in there looking at the suit. Why would Sophia be even going in the sheriff station unless she wanted to see the damage that was caused by having the vehicle go into the sheriff station? But in my opinion, unless we see something different episode 6, or someone says something happened off screen, there's no situation where Sophia would know that Henry saw the suit in the sheriff station. So based off of just this scene, that's a red flag. I'd be like, how did you know there's a suit in the sheriff station, and when did you see me look at the suit at the sheriff station? See, there's more red flags in a Chinese parade, and people aren't saying anything. That's why I couldn't. If I was on the show, I'd be like giving Sophia the side eye, and she probably would, at the first chance, come up and touch me and have me jump off something.
Killing spree, killing frenzy.
Yeah, Milan says, right. Let's hope this was her accidentally giving herself away. Well, I mean, let's hope so, because they have. I mean, in my opinion, I imagine that at some point, someone's going to be like asking Sophia questions, and she's going to be stumbling and fumbling and bumbling, and people are going to be like, something ain't right with her. I mean, just her being quote unquote religious and in a bar getting drunk, that's a red flag. I mean, there are backsliders and all that, but usually somebody who is a believer and religious, if they experience death in the family, if they go through hardship, they're thinking, oh, well, God is testing me. This is a test for a future testimony. God's going to provide a way. God's going to bless us, yada, yada, yada. So if someone who is a believer is getting drunk, that's usually associated with them being a backslider, meaning that they are, quote unquote, losing their religion. So that's a red flag that she's in the bar. And then that's a red flag that we're thinking that she's getting drunk. And another red flag is she's asking Henry about the yellow suit in the sheriff station. How would she know that? But he's too busy feeling sorry for himself to think and use his head and start asking questions. Okay, so Henry is saying the man did horrible things to his family. So we know that he munched on Miranda, but what else happened that Henry is referring to besides munching on Miranda? And you already know where I'm going with this. You know what? You already know where I'm going with this. And you all might disagree. I'm not ashamed to say it, but I'm doing my own Mita is Martin moment. I mean, Fatima is Martin moment. I'm doing my own Fatima is Martin by saying that Victor was munching on people and the man in yellow put him on munching on people.
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm doing a Fatima is Martin. I still believe that Victor was munching on people. I know some people are like, I think that manna fell from the sky. The man in yellow was offering him menus and cooking for him. Oh, the boy in white took care of him. Eloise was story walking. She went and got a job at Starbucks, got another job somewhere else, was making money, going to Five Guys, going to Backyard Burger, going to In-N-Out Burger, getting meals, and then story walking back into the township. She figured out how to take stuff with her and take stuff back when she story walked. And Victor forgot about her every time because he was traumatized every night, even though she's feeding him every night. Or the boy in white took Victor out into Maine every night, took him to school, fed him, taught him different things, and then brought him right back to the township. And the monsters left him alone because the monsters were being nice. The man in yellow was being nice. I know y'all got all that. All those different reasons of how Victor survived. Maybe Victor story walked, met himself as an adult. That person drove a peach truck. He told his older self who escaped the township, season 6, that's not going to happen, to drive into the township, give him peaches, and then drive away. And neither one of them are going to remember each other. And so Victor had all these peaches from a future version of himself who came back like Doctor Who and fed him. And Victor forgot about that because he's traumatized. So I get it. You all have all these different reasons. And, you know, maybe the German shepherds brought him food. Maybe the boy in white brought him food. Maybe Victor has the ability where he doesn't have to eat. He eats because he wants to, like Superman, to be nice, but doesn't have to. You all have come with all these different reasons how Victor survived for decades. But I'm going to do a Fatima is Martin and say, no, Victor was munching on people. That's it. That's it.
Oh man, you guys got jokes. Everybody got jokes tonight, dog.
Right. Mita says you can make a lot of stuff with peaches. Right. So now Victor had peach cobbler every night. And somehow the swing coat creature was making stuff for him in the diner. Anything but eating people. Okay. See, Milan says, I refuse to believe it. See, right there. So we are all Fatima is Martin with the idea of, I'm thinking that he's munching on people, and you are like, ain't no way. There's no way. Somehow he was provided for. Somehow, some way. I'm like, I don't know. I think a crime happened. You are like, no, not my Victor. Not my Victor. Ain't no way Victor was munching on people to survive. Not my Victor. Okay. Not my Victor. Not my Victor. Well, you know what? Let's quickly go down the rabbit hole of how Victor could have been provided for. It doesn't make sense, but we'll make it make sense. So now we got a double thing going on, a double entendre. So here's what I'm thinking. The boy in white got on the merry-go-round. Victor was looking, saw the boy in white get on the merry-go-round. Victor got on the merry-go-round as well. He left the township. He went to Maine. And he believes that while he was in Maine or in the real world, that while he was homeless, that was equivalent to the township. So he believes he grew up in the township, but he really grew up in the real world. And the reason why he believes that he was all alone was because he didn't have any friends, because everybody was a savage in being homeless and living on the streets. And he really grew up in a homeless shelter and a foster home, but because he couldn't make any friends, he believes that he was alone. And then right before adults came into the township, he was magically, supernaturally transported into the township and acted like he never left. And that's how he was able to drive the vehicles into the car graveyard because he learned to drive in the outside world. There we go. So now we got Fatima as Martin, Mita as Martin, and that's how we could say that maybe Victor survived for decades without munching on people. Okay. And what's crazy is some of y'all believe that. Some of you all believe that's what happened. Some of y'all believe that, you know, maybe the livestock was around back then. Maybe Victor went out there and he found wild fruit that was safe to eat. Maybe he apples were growing from trees. Maybe the crows fed Victor. So the crows that we never see go into the township, they went into the township and fed Victor. Plus the man in yellow was feeding Victor. The waitress monster was in the diner taking orders and making stuff for Victor. The kimono woman was baking things for Victor. Everyone was taking care of Victor, and Victor also could take care of himself. He was an elite level survivalist while growing up. And in addition to eating peaches and being provided for by the evil side, the grandma creature, who we seen take out Megan, season 1, episode 1, she didn't want to do that to Victor because he was a cute little kid, a cute teenager and a cute adult. And so nobody messed with him. And that's how Victor was able to survive. And you know what? There we go. We just came up with how Victor survived all those years without munching on people. There we go. See, House of Mystic says this is Vanilla Sky tech support. See, there you go. Janelle says, well, that begs the question, what were they eating before the massacre? Because I'm sure if there was a way, he just continued doing that. Well, okay. Before the massacre, they probably were planting food and doing all that. But planting food and doing all that takes a lot of people. So maybe Victor learned what people were doing to survive and kept doing that thing by himself. Possibly. See, there we go. Whatever Victor did before the massacre, he did after the massacre. For decades, he survived. There you go. Even though we don't see Victor planting anything as an adult, we see other people do it. But there you go. Okay, so Mita says From provides. There we go. From is providing. From provides. Even though the vegetables went bad season 3 and they have to go all the way out there to the settlement because there's a food scarcity, From provides. And even though more than likely Victor would have not made a journey outside of the township to get food, From provides. And then we don't know if the township provided food the entire time he was there. So maybe when it wasn't fruit growing from trees, vegetables growing from the ground, maybe the crows were getting stuff, chewing it up like a mama bird and putting it in his mouth. There we go. See, Mita says manna from the sky. There it is. There it is. Manna from the sky. Somehow, some way. There it is. So Janelle says, I'm so ready for Sunday. Yeah, we all are. Mike says Victor was drawing his meals right there. We had a Mita is Martin and a Fatima is Martin all in the few seconds from each other. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
After seeing all the slop out there online about it and just people having...
Oh, there it is. Victor was drawing meals on paper with crayon and eating the paper. There it is. There it is. There it is.
You have to employ a little critical thought when you're putting your theories together. Let's put it that way.
I don't think so. I think all these are valid.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So Mita says, double whammy, who wants some? Apparently, you all, to prevent Victor from doing the unthinkable to survive. Wow, wow, wow.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Okay, let me continue on with this scene. But yeah, it's a lot of red flags, and Henry is just too busy feeling sorry for himself to understand that dude who is in the jacket who munched on your wife is right there in front of you.
Just nice girl.
So it's confirmed. Victor was in the township 40 years ago. See? Henry's not thinking, well, wait a minute, believers, they want to die because they go to heaven and can be with God. Especially Christians. Christians, which includes Catholics, Baptists, Presbyterian, Lutherans, they all believe, I can't wait to die because I get to go be with God, go be with Jesus. And she's like getting drunk like a fallen angel, not excited that her dad's gone. I mean, she should be saying stuff like, your family's in a better place. Your family's in a better place. I'm going to pray for you. No, Sophia's not saying any of that, and people are not picking up on it. Now, I get it. Some people are not religious. They're not into even understanding or knowing stuff. But I think a reasonable person understands that when it comes to people who are believers, they believe that there's life after death and that you get to go to heaven and all that. I don't know. Let me know. Like, do you all believe that everybody doesn't think that way or whatever? Every time I talk to somebody who's a believer, they go on and on and on about like everything you ask them. The answer is God, this, Jesus, that. And then when you pull up scriptures and you read the scriptures to them, they're like humming and hawing. But until then, they're like, God will provide. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to worry about paying my rent. God will provide. Yeah. Right. Beta says heathens. Yeah. So Mike says Sophia seems like she'd go full heretic after 2 mimosas. Yeah. Amanda says at the diner, Julie said she was sorry about Sophia's dad. Sophia responded with, didn't things start going bad after you arrived? Yeah. See, somebody who's a believer wouldn't say that. Now, unless they're a Bible thumper, but usually a Bible thumper will thump somebody with the Bible. So that's uncharacteristic of somebody who is a believer. All right, so there's that. There's that piece right there. So I think we're done with that. Thank you for the clip to the person that doesn't want me to say their name. They don't want. I still think that you're a part of production and you're sneaking this stuff out because you even put sneak peek. And I'm like, how would you get this? How would you know this? But then this person says she really is diabolical. Before someone starts whining, it was posted by MGM Plus. Posted where by MGM Plus? I think it was given to people who are the press by MGM Plus, and it was posted to Reddit through piracy. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So House of Mystics is right. Most people don't actually know what is in the Bible. They follow the leader and trust his or her interpretation. Yeah, because most of the time they'll present the scripture and then start talking modern and worldly things. And it's like, you're saying stuff that's not even in the Bible. You're just reading the scripture and just trying to juxtapose what happened back then to what's going on now. As opposed to just reading the scripture and being like, well, wait a minute. Our church is modern, but Jesus was not. No possible way we could be doing the right thing if dude is saying what he's saying and we're just letting anybody in the door. I mean, really, when it comes to religion, organized religion, they really should be turning people away and excommunicating people who aren't living the faith. But that's not my business. All right, so okay, so I went over that. That came from The Alchemist. So I've seen that one. We've seen the license plate. We saw Victor's drawings by Amanda. So Amanda has books in Victor's room. Oh, the Dark River. Okay. That's interesting. I wish that the show would explore the stuff in Victor's room, like Victor mentioned the books or we see him reading the books. Because for all we know, a lot of stuff could be just props. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so Amanda presented this. I was thinking about story walking, and I don't know why, but I kept thinking about Baby Thomas, the old... let me take this down. We're done with... I think we're done with this. So this will be the background right here. All right. Okay. So I think I'm caught up with the chat. So Amanda was saying, I don't know why, but I kept thinking about Baby Thomas. This is based off email. This email. The old idea that the phone call that distracted Tabitha and Jim was from Julie. Well, okay. So Julie story walked and made a phone call to Tabitha and Jim to get them distracted accidentally, and that's how Baby Thomas rolled over and everything. That would be wicked if that's what ends up being in the show. Tabitha once said that Baby Thomas would cry all night long, but as soon as the sun came up, he would suddenly stop crying. Tabitha then says that it was like Baby Thomas was saying, his work was done. It could be. Most children are like that. Most children are like that. You'd be surprised. All right, so I know this is old topic, and I know that sleepless nights are typical for parents, and the phone call could have been a wrong number, etc. But something keeps bringing me back to these two thoughts. I just feel like something could be there. It's probably nothing. Please, okay. So yeah, that would be messed up if Julie tried to prevent Tabitha and Jim from going into the township, and just like, in my opinion, Julie caused Jim to be caught by the man in yellow by distracting Jim in a way. Could be the same thing as far as the phone call that Tabitha and Jim received. I mean, yeah. I don't like that idea, but I like that idea. Okay, so Amanda says she's going to make a Discord. Okay, another video to watch. We will we'll watch the video later, or in channel membership. Okay, I think that was Jessica asking. No, was it? Yeah, so Jessica was asking about the bones. Were there bones down in the grave the monsters are shoving Jade into? Yeah, those were probably the bones from teddy bears. Let's see. Yeah, the actress who plays Julie said some from season 4 fan theories are not wrong. I wish she would say what theories are not wrong. Or maybe it's that they're taking ideas from us, and that's the reason why we're not wrong. Oh, Lord. So Lisa has a spoiler picture. Now, this could be fan fiction. I don't know. I'm wondering so on the picture, I don't see MGM Plus anywhere. So usually if it's something from MGM Plus, it'll have MGM Plus in the lower right-hand corner. This one about Elgin does not. And then it seems like the picture looks like it's been edited. So you know what? I'm gonna think that this picture is not a spoiler or a leak. It's just a fan-made thing. So I'm looking at this as being fan made and not anything for real. So Amanda says she's going to email a scrunchie theory. A scrunchie that goes in the hair? You know what? If it is the thing that goes in the hair, yeah, I already know it's going to be more than likely not even a yoga stretch. It's going to be Fatima's Martin. If somehow a scrunchie that goes into someone's hair is if that's going to be a thing, yeah, it's probably going to be Fatima's Martin. I mean, I look at it and laugh, but a scrunchie, come on now. I'm curious as to what is the scrunchie theory. Okay, so Amanda says she sent the scrunchie. There's a scrunchie theory. Okay. Okay, so Amanda says, I want to know how a scrunchie created in 1986 came to be buried in a box in Colony House's basement. If I find the scrunchie, I'm going to keep and use it either for my hair or to bind something together. And if this current cycle directly followed Victor's cycle, how did it get there? Maybe people have been tricking into Fromville over the years. Maybe that could be the source or a source of. Maybe that could be the source or a source of food and other resources for Victor. Now hold up. Okay, so I think the official answer is that anything that goes into the lost and found may have belonged to people who are deceased. Similar to how Tabitha was taking the Pratts, that's Lauren, Megan, and Frank's belongings from their home to the lost and found in the diner. I think people don't want to be associated with dead people's items, and or stuff they don't want, and they put it in the lost and found. So I think that's pretty much how a scrunchie in 1986 could have ended up in the lost and found, is that maybe it belonged to a dead person and somebody just didn't want items from the dead. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. If I'm in the township and someone dies with a Rolex watch on, I'm taking the Rolex watch and I'll just take the curse. Okay? I will take the curse or whatever bad juju that comes with a watch or a pen. I've never really just thought about mysticism like that to think, oh, well, don't take anything from anyone who's dead. But then again, I've never been presented with that possibility. So Amanda says no one with long hair would pass up a scrunchie. The box in the basement was sort of hidden with a Polaroid. I mean, it could have belonged to a dead person. But I mean, I've never had long hair to really know the value of a scrunchie. It basically sounds like scrunchies are almost like bottle caps in Fallout, how it's like currency. Like, hey, if you have long hair, there's no way you're going to pass up on a scrunchie, because a scrunchie is just like, it is it's almost just as good as gold. And then what if I don't know. I mean, okay, so it may be people who don't use scrunchies or whatever. I don't know. You know what? I'm not even going to speculate because I've never had hair to scrunchie it up. But my only guess would be that the scrunchie belonged to somebody who was deceased and nobody wanted anything from a dead person. That, or maybe maybe people just stopped caring about themselves and stopped wanting to tie up their hair. Because when I see the women in town now, they just seem to be just kind of having their hair like any kind of way. Like look at Julie, for example. Look at Julie. Julie looks like she is defeated because she's experienced so much loss and stuff. So I imagine that, and this is my opinion, This is my opinion. But looking at Julie looks like she is just defeated. Like, yeah, she's taking care of her hair, but not really. So I think if it's not coming from a dead person, I think the other explanation is that a lot of people started to abandon hope and stopped worrying about their appearance. So there's makeup in town, but people aren't wearing makeup because they feel defeated, they feel depressed. So no makeup, no scrunchie. They just stop worrying about their appearance because they no longer care. Because think about it. Think about how married to cell phones and technology that we are. And then you go to From and all your technology is worthless. Cell phones worthless, cable, no cable, no satellite. You can only read the books that's there. You can't go on vacation and leave. Yeah, I would start being depressed too. And next thing you know, the scrunchies are coming off of hair. Like, forget that scrunchie. Forget that scrunchie. So Amanda says season 1 Colony House didn't seem to be defeated. They were having lots of fun. Well, so maybe the scrunchie got down there before Boyd found the talisman stones. Remember when Boyd first arrived into the township, they were hiding in bunkers, hiding underneath houses. So imagine you're hiding under a house hoping the monsters don't get you. Bugs are eating at you. You're having to breathe the ground. Maybe it's musty underneath the houses. So I think before, maybe a lot of the lost and found stuff was put down there before Boyd found the talisman stones, when people were basically hiding and clinging to life. So I don't know. But I'm not a scrunchie expert. That's just my guess. Okay, so this is you know what? Okay, let me take this down. All right, so this is from Mita. It's a Dropbox. It's 7 minutes long. So I can't guarantee we're gonna play the whole thing, because some stuff it's like, okay, it's time for you all to get on somebody's panel. All right, so this is from Mita.
All right, so I thought that this will be a fun From project for my From family. Hold on, these are going to be snippets. Here we go. All right, so this is what I'm starting. See what you can guess what I'm making. Wait.
Wait, hold up. Let me show y'all this. I'm taking this down. I think Mita is making a bottle tree. You know what? You need to send that in to MGM for real, for them to put on their Instagram page when you're done. I think Mita's gonna make a bottle tree. Yeah, you need to be added to MGM's Instagram page when they show people's artwork and stuff. If you make a bottle tree, oh my God, you know how crazy that'll be? Especially if you find a tree with a hole in it, or you make a hole. But if you find a tree with a hole in it and then put bottles there, oh man. Yeah, I think she's gonna make a bottle tree. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Milan says no way. Yeah, send that in. Yeah, you definitely need to message from on. Matter of fact, let me just get the actual address. You need to message, and I'll put it into the chat. If you go through with it and you make a bottle tree, because you know we all like stuff like that. Yeah, definitely should do that. Give me moments to yeah, they might hit you up and ask you, "Hey, do you want to come be one of the monsters in Canada?" And you better say yes. You might get a role as a background character and you're sitting there in the background, no lines or whatever, and you're watching like season 5. You're watching it in real time as a background character. So let me get can you imagine you're a background character for like 10 episodes, season 5 of From, and you like they ask you, well, hey, did you enjoy watching From? And you're like, there's no point because I was a background character. I know everything that happened. I was there running from the man in yellow with everybody else. Okay, so this is From on MGM's Instagram. Actually, you know what? No. You know what? Okay, I put it in the comment section, but I'm gonna reply to you and give it to you there. So there's no point in So you got it in 2 spots, but I just messaged it to you. Hold on, I thought I did. Okay, I thought I did. Hold on. You said I gave you all the credit. I feel silly on your channel. Why do you feel silly? This is awesome. I mean, I personally think this is awesome and that you should be recognized after you're done with it. I mean, if you make a bottle tree, I see people sending in stuff for, you know, artwork and stuff, but I mean, for all you know, you may end up getting a chance to meet Scott McCord because he was in New York. I'm gonna show y'all that too. I'm gonna show y'all that. I was jealous. I was like, man, they said they're kicking it with Scott McCord. Okay, so we'll do this first. All right. Okay, there's that. All right, so I'm just gonna have up this as a screen to look at.
All right, so let's see what I can do. Hey, Fromley! Hi! Okay, so today I had some time and... no, Dahmer, come here. Never a Rottweiler. But anyway, so I had some time and I have a project.
Uh-oh. So the copyright music, I might not be able to play this whole thing. Just to kind of give you a heads up. So, okay, so what I'll do is I can't play the copyright music. They might shut us down. So I'm going to zoom in. Okay, she's showing us chickens.
I know. Hi. Hi, do you want to do stuff with mommy? Do you want to do stuff?
So she's got chickens. Hold up. Let me show y'all the chickens.
With Mita, what am I? Mita is murder. Yeah, are you ready? Hold on, we gotta keep it fast.
Yeah, I'm only taking it down because Mita really hasn't given us permission to use her likeness, but the chickens have no choice.
Sorry, she wanted to be in picture too. Hey, mama. Okay, crew, look.
Okay, so this is the tree that she's going to be using to do the bottle tree.
Before, now let's see what after's gonna look like. Alright, y'all, it's still the continuation of the making of something special. I love you guys.
Wow, okay, right here. So the bottle tree is good to go. Man, you should be sending that in. That is cool. This is Mita right here. That's a lot. And so, you know what? Here's a theory. Mita used blue because she's already decided to join the man in yellow. You know what? You think somebody's on the side of the good people, but then they use blue for the man in yellow. I mean, they use yellow for the man in yellow, and then blue. I think blue is either for Smiley or blue is for the Music Box Monster, or blue may be for Sophia. What color dress does Sophia wear? You know what? I knew something was going on with Mita with Mita and this evil side. Okay, so you know what? So Sophia's dress is kind of yellow. I guess Sophia likes yellow. So yeah, Sophia's dress is kind of yellow with a hint of blue. Do y'all think it's a hint of blue in there? Yeah. Mita has joined the evil side, y'all. Wow, wow, wow. Mita has joined the evil side. Wow. Wow. It does. I mean, it looks like it's yellow, but it could have a hint of blue in there. What? Wow. Okay. I'm not against. I think those that have joined the evil side, more power to you. I guess Mita's making the bottle tree, and she's gonna push people into it. Because when you think about it, okay, you go through Mita's bottle tree, do you end up in the side of the pool? And you know what? I'm giving the side eye. Who are you going to put in the bottle tree to end up being teleported into the side of the pool. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Mita says, I'm a Scorpio, so that's the reason why I'm joining the evil side. Wow.
What the heck?
Okay, I'll keep playing it. So Amanda says, I am always in the pool. So Amanda, you might get pushed into the bottle tree and end up in the side of the pool. Wow.
Yikes. Yikes.
So y'all better enjoy Amanda while you can. Okay.
Oh my god, what do we have? Is this the ghetto version of a from tree? Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that. She hasn't given us permission to show her name, image, and likeness, so we'll finish like that.
Did you deliver this?
If you want me to cut that pit part of the video out, let me know.
Oh my god. I love you, from family. I really do. Ooh. How can I take a picture now? So cool. Oh, wait.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, so there it is. I gotta bring the
Wait a minute. There's actually stuff in here.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Hold on.
So there's notes in the bottles. Or paper. You know what? Let me show you this. Let me show this. Guess who's going into the bottle tree? Mike, where you at? Is that why we don't see Mike in this stream? Mike? I think you are going to be getting pushed into the bottle tree. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Into the bottle tree. Let me take a screenshot of this to give something new to. Wow, Mike, you are going to be the next Dale. Mike, you're going to be the next Dale.
Actually, stuff in here. Hold on. Mike, thank you. Hold on. Noob, I don't know how to do stuff like this. Alright. Mike, thank you for the membership. Yes. Because now I'm like totally addicted. Alright, so what? What can did this come from? No, let's read another one, right? All right, where do I see? Oh my goodness. Here goes another one. Victor. Damn, Win is not cooperating. Ugh. Victor is a cannibal.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wow.
I did not put Mita up to this. There it is. There it is. There it is. We're done. We're done. See, Mike says I trust Mita. See, Mike trusts Mita. And you know what? I now think Mita's on the right side of this whole how did Victor survive. There it is. There it is. So Rick says that's why Victor's brain is all jacked up. I think so. I think so. So Red Star 24 says I can't come to the phone right now. Why? Causes she's in the bottle tree. There it is. So Amanda says if Mike's is Dale and Dale and I are dating, that means, yeah, Dale and Mike are going to the side of the pool. Yeah. And be careful because Victor might eat all three of y'all. There it is. Wow. Okay, so Amita says you can share name, image. It's fun. Okay. So we can. So I was waiting on permission. I didn't want to just put it out there. Okay. Okay. There it is. A cosign.
No, I refuse to believe that.
Wow. Then just got tricked. You know what? I just got tricked, y'all. I was just thinking, okay, somebody sees things from my perspective.
You suck.
I just got tricked, y'all. I just got tricked. I just got tricked. Wow. Exactly. Emotional damage. Some of y'all need to get purged. Yes, I am emotionally damaged right now. I'm thinking that we are on the same page. I'm ready to be happy.
Emotional damage.
And now I'm hurt. I've been tricked.
All right. Putting that one down.
Wow, on the ground as well. The disrespect. The disrespect. I just reintroduced the idea of munching on Mary, munching on Miranda, and then just the disrespect. Wow, wow, wow. So Ashley says, I believe that Martin is a prior version of Boyd. I don't think so. Wow, the disrespect putting it on the ground. So Amanda says, it's my fault. You keep sending me to the pool. You know what? I feel like I'm being pushed into the pool right now. Wow.
Down. All right, got another one.
The disrespect.
Hold on. Oh, Spade. Sorry, Spade. I'm going to hate this one. Where is Tilly? I know she's dead, but where's her body? Because I'm thinking Tilly might be that grandma. Remember the grandma that ate the girl in season 1 and stuff like that? I think it put like the makeup on her, but I think it's
See, so Tilly came season 2, but we're thinking the grandma creature is Tilly. Mita, it's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. That's probably the wildest thing that we've heard all day today. That's the wildest thing that we've heard all day today. That is the wildest thing. Yeah, B Brock VA says, I've been traumatized. I have been traumatized. But I think we've all been traumatized by the idea that Tilly is really the grandma monster.
the same character. Okay. We got another one. Hold on. Someone's a bitch to get up. Who's giving me a hard time? Red Star. Red Star always.
Red Star, come to the front of the congregation. Red Star, come to the front of the congregation. Is Red Star paying attention?
We've gotten gussied up in our most terrifying guises, as we do every year, ready to violate, annihilate, and cleanse our souls.
So Red Star is about to be purged.
Always on point. Yeah. Red Star, you're always on point. Hold on. Always on point.
Okay, Red Star. Red Star, okay. I thought you were going to get purged. Okay, Red Star, congratulations. Okay.
Love you, Red Star. Okay, we got another one. Let's see. I got a beer tree. It's not even beer, it's a weed tree. Ooh. It's a big kiss to all my family. I do love all your comments and sharing time with you. All right, do we have any? Oh, here goes one. Ooh, the House Mystics. I do love your comments. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, but I love you.
Okay, House of Mystics. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations. Okay.
I love you either way. All right, and then, oh, here goes another one.
Well, House of Mystics is a house, so House of Mystics isn't it. So House of Mystics, it. Congratulations.
One, hold on. I gotta zoom out at my tree. All right. Ooh, Amanda. Girl, when you going? Book 74. Are you?
Book 74. Oh, man.
You down? Because I'm down. Okay, and then... Do we have any other ones? Ooh, I have one down here. Oh, no, it fell.
It should have fell. Maybe it should have fell.
Inside the can. No, I'm not going to get that one out. And this one.
These nuts.
All others, my loves. Yes, that's true. And then this one. That's sweet. Me, I do love you all. All right, and let's see. Do I have any other ones?
So the reason why Mita is getting the Mita is Martin photo, because you basically Mita'd yourself. She pulled her own strip and Mita herself. So now we got two Mitas going on. She pulled her own strip. That was yours. Okay. So okay.
Oh, that's the sky. Spade, you number one, and I appreciate it. And let me see if I can get me and my tree. It's very hard. Is that a good one? There you go. All right. Trying to get it, y'all. The sun is mine. Mine.
Yeah, you really should take a picture of that the tree and send it into Instagram. I should have pinned it to the top when I put it in the chat, but I emailed it to you. Okay, right here. You really should send the tree that tree in. I think people will really enjoy that.
All right. Now let's just chat.
Okay, that's the end of the video. Okay, I thought it was longer than that. Okay. I thought the video was longer than that. Yeah, I think you really should send that in. Like, take a picture of it, send it to From on MGM. They would like that. Especially the video that you sent in the Dropbox. If you could send that to them, showing you pulling names and stuff out of it, man, they would love it. That was awesome, y'all. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think we're caught up with the email. Because all I see now is Amanda and the dolls. Those dolls better be protecting Tabitha, or Amanda's going to be pissed. Because she's really team doll. Team dolls are good. Dolls are good. All right, let's see. Did we already play the trailer? I think we already played this trailer. We're going to do it again.
You want me to plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip. This is our chance, Boyd. I went looking for answers. I found answers. This is our shot. Victor's on the roof. The man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about him? I can try.
No, boss.
Come on, stay with me.
Wait, it's not gonna work.
Don't you do this. Plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip. This is our chance, Boyd. I went looking for answers. I found answers. This is our shot. Victor's on the roof. The man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about him? I can try.
No, boss.
Come on, stay with me.
Wait, it's not gonna work.
Don't you do this.
No pulse means you're dead. Now, I'm sure they could use the, maybe, I don't know if they've used the, they're called defibrillator.
You want me to plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip. This is our chance, Boyd. I went looking for answers. I found answers. This is our shot. Victor's on the roof. The man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about him? I can try.
No, boss.
All right, so Victor's going to try to remember some stuff about the man in the yellow suit. Okay, so I'm going to play... I tried to get a better picture of him, but yeah, so uh-oh. So yeah, hopefully Victor can share some good stuff, because I mean, we all want to know more about the man in the yellow suit. There was a event that Scott McCord went to. I should have screen recorded it. Maybe he put it in his story. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about right here. So you see how people send in artwork of people on the show? Yeah, Mita could do that with her bottle tree. Okay.
Because it's a fort.
Why do you need me?
Because I don't want to do this long.
Oh, I get it. So she's in the fort with them. Okay.
Thanks. You're the scariest person here, so we won't scare you. You want me to plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip. This is our chance, Boyd. I went looking for answers. I found answers. This is our shot.
Victor's on the roof.
Man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about him? I can try.
No pulse.
Sometimes. On From. Okay if Kenny joins us? Boyd.
Hello, Kenny. It's nice to see you again.
No. Sophia!
We need to get back inside.
In there, please. Kenny?
Boy, you need to stop!
Kenny?
Hey, Kenny.
Kenny?
Kenny, hey. Kenny. Kenny, listen to me.
I told Kenny not to bother you.
Boyd?
Is Kenny in this room? Kenny, what are the bottles?
I'm gonna find those things, and I'm gonna burn every last one of them.
We love you, Kenny. I swear they had
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the band one more time. That's Bruce Martin over on the keys over there. Conrad Meisner on the drums tonight. And Hess on the bass. The indomitable Mary Lee Curtis. Guys, give it up for Ron Hahn. This guy right here.
So So House of Mystics, no, there's no membership for this channel. Not monetized over here. We just be over here chilling. Matter of fact, we've been on here 3 hours. I think I'm gonna switch to do a chit chat stream. Yeah, I've seen that as far as talking to Mita. I've seen he and Jade have a jam session. Yeah, Red Star, that does feel like a goodbye. It's been a lot of hints that Kenny might take a dirt nap. Well, I do have the Cash App, but there's no channel membership over here. So yeah, over here, not monetized. We chilling. We just hanging out. But yeah, no. So I wasn't meaning to show you all this. I think it may be on Donna's story, but Scott McCord was in New York, and he was dancing with the fans, and they were like dancing to "Que Sera Sera." I should have screen recorded that. So this is good. I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Bring it down for you, just a little bit, I'm walking down the road, but suddenly I'm struck by the thought that my good fortune is something more than luck. Hey, there's a buzz in the air, it's kind of experimental. I feel it lift me and widen my potential. Listen, who do I thank for this? How do I feel? I've come so far, guided by lucky stars. Guided by lucky stars. Listen, I'm walking down High Pine Boulevard. Yes, I am. I'm walking down High Pine Boulevard. It's a strange burden to be gifted with joy. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay. That wasn't what I wanted to show you all. It was like this. Maybe I saw it on Donna's. This is the one that Mita was talking about, where Jade and Victor are having a jam session.
when I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Oh, will I be happy? Will I be rich? And this is what she said to me. She said, Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Future's not ours to see. No. Well, when I grew up and fell in love, I asked my baby what lies ahead. Oh, will there be sunshine day after day? And this is what my baby said. Sing it! She said, Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. No. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. David, now play. Yeah. Another chorus. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? They say, will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Will I get to go to the camp in Peachtree City? I tell them tenderly, Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, the future's not ours to see. Hey. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see.
Man, could you imagine to have been there during that jam session? So I saw a comment. Red Star 24 said, "I'm trying to learn to play the violin. It's hard to not sound like a dying animal." Oh my god. Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, it is great. But there was some, so I wasn't even trying to show that. There's let me take this down. There's something else. Maybe I think it might be gone. See, I should have played this earlier versus that thing on Reddit. So this is proof. This, to me, this is, I could do a whole theory video with this. Just this right here. Mom and son. I could do a whole theory video off of that. I should do a whole theory video off of that. Okay, some behind the scenes pictures. Have y'all seen these? Have you all seen these behind the scene pictures? So this might be him getting back in the suit. So Ross says, if I seen him in real life, I'd run. Mommy takes son to work day. There you go, Amanda. A mommy takes son to work day. I like it. Oh, man. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? Oh, okay, these are pictures from some are from season 3. Where's the volume at? Oh, it's behind the scenes of her smashing. There's no volume. She got a pretty cool Instagram. So I wasn't even trying to show y'all that either. It was Victor? Oh, well. It was Scott McCord having a jam session.
You want me to plan a suicide mission?
So more bad news coming out of Queen's Park today. They have just passed Bill 110. That's the bill that gives the government permission to take over all of Toronto Islands from the city so that they can expand the Billy Bishop Airport. We still don't even know what they plan to do with the rest of the Toronto Islands, but we're very worried about a Greenbelt-like scandal with...
It's AAPI month. To celebrate the end of it, I'm going to be blind ranking the demise of Asian characters. All right, let's go. First one. That's the mob boss from Kung Fu Hustle. 7. Next one, Master Oogway. I'm very sad. 2. Next one, Tian Chen. I'm more sad. Number 1. That's iconic. Okay, next one. Big Brother from Big Hero 6. 6, of course. Sexy, but unimpactful for me. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Glenn. Honestly, top 3. Could have been 1, could have been 2. Okay, next one we have...
Whoa! Whoa! Confirmed. I had no idea this was not what I was trying to show y'all. This was not what I was trying to show you all. These are all deaths. I was not trying to show you all this. If this is a spoiler, I mean, I did a video where Kenny showed blood coming out of his, like, I guess stomach or something. If this is a spoiler, I was not trying to spoil. Yo. Is this a confirmation, y'all? I had no idea. I was looking for something else on Elizabeth Saunders' Instagram. Yo. I'm thinking this is confirming. Whoa. Rick, I had no idea. If this is what this is, I had no idea, y'all, for real. Because they have been doing a lot of like dedications to Kenny. Heavy. As in letting him know he's cool, and they've been doing a lot of Kenny stuff. And I think that's hinting. So Tony says, I just found out 2 more mirror scenes. What? Yo, I mean, because remember, so Kenny on his own Instagram, he posted this. And I was saying that I think he's going to meet his demise based off what he put on his own Instagram. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. So Kenny had posted this on his own Instagram, and I was like, I think he's not going to make it out of season 4. And this is from his own Instagram. He's Ricky. He posted the prop, and he posted himself with the blood. And I was like, I think this is what it is. I think it's going to be a sad day. And he just said he's going to blind talk about different deaths. I mean, he could get buff and whip some monster butt, but it's just people have been giving him praise and shout outs heavy. And I'm like, there was the whole prop thing that he did himself, but people have been making like skits telling him that he's great. And then we get this right here. These are all Asian characters who die. All of them. All of them are characters. Let me play it again. Or rewind it.
It's AAPI month. To celebrate the end of it, I'm going to be blind ranking the demise of Asian characters.
The demise of Asian character deaths. Yo! Yo! I mean, Mita, you could say they can't do it to Kenny, but he is ranking Asian character deaths.
All right, let's go. First one. That's the mob boss from Kung Fu Hustle. 7. Next one, Master Oogway. I'm very sad. 2. Next one, Tianchen. I'm more sad. Number 1. That's iconic. Okay, next one. Big Brother from Big Hero 6. 6, of course. Sexy, but unimpactful for me. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Glenn. Honestly, top 3. Could have been 1, could have been 2. Okay, next one we have... What? Wait, Yeah, well, I don't know where they got this information from because I don't remember what we shot. It was months ago. Yeah, well,
Okay, so I'm about to go into question period, but I wanted to...
Okay, so this is the second time I've been tricked today, y'all. This might be a whole hoax, y'all. This might be a whole hoax. Man, everybody's been playing with my emotions today. People have been playing with emotions today. So you think the Kenny hype was just misdirection, at least in From? Death might not be the end, I hope. I mean, it's been a lot of giving Kenny shout outs. It's been a lot of that. Y'all. This is like some Canadian politics, man. So I was trying to look for what Elizabeth had posted about Victor and like the dance thing that he had going on, but I guess it was on the Instagram story and it's gone. I should have recorded it. So I like how the actors and actresses are getting a lot of like fame and work from being on From. I think it's awesome. So this is not what I was trying to show y'all. What I was trying to show y'all is gone, but this is the Camp 2026. This came out, I guess it was May 24th. Well, a week ago that it was posted, but I guess like it's already happened. It was I guess May 24th based off of this up here. And this was in Peachtree, Georgia. Okay, so step into the unsettling world of MGM Plus's From for a hands-on experience inspired by the objects that hold power, meaning, and mystery within the series. In this 60-minute interactive workshop, you'll create your own protective talisman and explore the eerie symbolism of the show through replica totem sculptures and drawings alongside Scott and Elizabeth. How the hell we missed this? Yeah, people are saying, so bummed I'm not going to the event not going to be at the event and meet you all in PTC this weekend. I wave as I drive by. Have too much fun. So they actually made totems and made talisman stones. I wasn't even trying to show y'all this. So Mita says, if they do Donna wrong, I'm not watching a whole episode, like, for real. I don't know, man. This is a lot. This whole Kenny thing is a lot. All right, y'all. We've been on here 3 hours, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. But you know what? We're going to switch to... So I think I'm all caught up on the email. Hopefully Amanda does make a Discord. If not, the group thing is cool. So right now, and thank you, Mita, for the video. Thank you, Amanda, and everybody else that gave notes and stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and we'll do a chit chat stream. It'll be just a random thumbnail, talisman stones and everything like that. All right, so you should be redirected after I set it up. If not, I'll okay, we've pinned the chit chat stream, and that's pinned in the comments section. And I've added it to the redirect. Oh, no. That's the wrong. Okay, I messed up. Okay, now it's pinned to the redirect. So you should automatically be, or you should be prompted to go there, or you just click on the link that I just put in the chat. It's pinned to the top. All right, so There it is. There it is. So give me 2 minutes and I will start up a chit chat stream. Okay. Thanks for watching.